Okay, to the Diocese of Knightsbridge we go.
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
What has happened, Reverend?
What? I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes!
Oh,
look.
no!
Bishop, appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He's barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one, therefore we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
So this must be the clever deductions board? What did he call it? Okay. Click on this. The Bishop didn't own anything of value, not even in his safe. Okay. Good to know. I think we should inspect the Bishop first. From top to bottom. Ooh, ghastly.
You can see by his expression that he's suffered terribly.
Yeah.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Alright, anything else up here? Okay, apparently not. So, middle, something's going on there in the middle.
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
So, these wounds were not made by his murderers.
Oh, it's just gross.
His forearms have been ripped, pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
What's going on with the
Have
fingers?
been crushed and violently struck. The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
Okay, exactly the same on the other side. Oh, there's a rope on the floor.
A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
Okay, is that everything here? Apparently. Now the bottom. looks like a burn or something.
These burns are terrible.
Okay, Inspector Obvious.
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You! But what does it matter, Holmes?
And there's a finger.
Finger. Apparently it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
Yeah. He has all his fingers, right? He has all his fingers. I think that's enough for that.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
Okay, now we'll inspect the rest of the room. Wait, it's still blue. I missed something. Oh, what's that? I missed something down here. Where? Oh!
This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.